Hello everyone, I am AJ, and I am here with another episode of my single-player vanilla Minecraft series, and I'm working on the village again today. I'm on a roll with this place. So I filled in the well and then dug it out, so where there used to be a well which provided the whole city with water, there is now a dangerous hole that children can fall in. But I'm going to tear this all up and make a better looking well, as soon as I can think of a design. Alright, now where I used to have a well that gave water, then I had a hole that children could fall in. Now, where I used to have a hole that children could fall in, I have a hole that's so big even an adult could get themselves injured in it. Perfect! So the well here is gone. The well is completely gone. I think I'm going to completely get rid of all the stuff that's on the stupid river, because why would you build on top of a river? It's so dumb. And why would you need a well when you're right next to a river? So maybe I'll create a water pumping station? Super primitive. Super primitive. Those villagers aren't allowed to have technology. They can use it to rebel against me. While I was tearing down this poorly placed well, I triggered all the sand that was up here to fall because it was floaty sand. So now I had to spend a whole bunch of time redesigning this cave entrance. Because this well was very close to the cave entrance and I had to completely redesign it from scratch. I tried holding up some of the stuff, the sand, with string, but I couldn't get it to look natural, so I just made it out of sandstone. It looks natural enough, I suppose. So the stuff that the village that spawned in the river swallowed up all the water in the river, so I'm gonna have to repair that. Another thing you're gonna have to do for me, the stupid villagers. That's improvement. So far I've taken down one building and one road here, and next I'm taking down this building here. Aha! Now look at this. I'm just here finishing up some highly important remedial tasks, because I have finished cleaning up the village. The only buildings left are the tower, which I want to keep, and two buildings that have villagers in them. It took me forever to clean out this river. It was just filled with crap. And this is all the sandstone from it. Now let me make one thing clear. I hate sandstone. And now I've got so much of it. Now over here, I was doing something very ridiculous and important. And it's important that I did it the way I did it. Where is it? Is it here? Yes, it's right here. So, I dug out this hole in the exact shape of this hole without digging any other types of stone besides smooth stone. It was very important that I did it this way. I went around all the other types. Important stuff. And now, over here, I have the wall laid out for my wall. Because actually, you can't have a village without a wall, because you need to make sure it's all lit up so that they don't get eaten alive by zombies in a horrible fashion. So I'm going to show you what I've got for the design for the wall in just a second. This will be the design for the wall. I made it up on random, but I like it. It's supposed to be a scary looking wall. And I'm going to put iron bars on top to look like barbed wire. It is the next day now. I've worked on the wall quite a bit. I really like how it's turning out. I kind of picked the blocks for it at random, so I'm really happy that it turned out so well. I think it's weird that this gray wood is red on the inside, so the outside looks good with one thing, but the inside looks good with another. I really like that. But I just watched an interview about the "We Are Number One" thing with Robbie Rodden himself, and I normally am not too interested in memes. Only if one is interesting without the fact that it's a meme. Like, I'm not interested in a meme just because it's a meme. Like a meme of like one sentence or one word. I just personally don't understand. I don't get a joke that's just about one word or one sentence. But an entire song gets a little bit more interesting. And just like the B movie one has an entire movie. So, they're a little bit more interesting than usual. And I know B movie's already kind of over, but when I was a kid, I didn't think that movie was weird at all. I didn't think it was the least bit weird. I also watched those modern SpongeBob episodes where everyone's like totally evil, and I didn't think anything was wrong with that either, though. So, maybe I'm just a bit of a demented child. Bit of a demented child. That's all. Nothing wrong with that. But that "We Are Number One," I don't know how people noticed that song, but it's a really fun song. It's really fun. It's a lot of fun. I mean, the song just reeks of happiness and fun. So, I don't know how it became a meme, but I'm glad it did, because it's just silly and goofy and fun. But yeah, I didn't think B movie was a weird movie at all. I mean, the idea of a lady leaving her boyfriend for a bee, and how bees could talk the whole time, and how the bees were suing the humans for taking their honey. Nah, I didn't think that was weird at all as a kid. As I've mentioned before in the Space Engineers episode titled "Backwards Comic Books from Japan," I also, when I was a little kid, maybe 4th grade, yeah, definitely, sorry about it, 4th grade. I specifically remember that it was 4th grade. I didn't know what a Japan was at the time, so I went to the library and got a backwards comic book from Japan called Naruto, but I really had it was a manga named Naruto. And I didn't think that was weird at all. And I still don't think it was weird. Talking dogs, ninjas shooting lasers and fireballs, I mean, that doesn't seem weird to me. You know what is weird? Cannibalism. Now that's weird, but also fascinating. I have a fascination with disturbing subjects. Pretty much all disturbing subjects. You know what else is weird? Necrophilia, but also fascinating. But seriously, that's some weird ass shit. Yeah, that's pretty weird. So the thing I'm going to do under here is I'm going to put some iron bars. I know it'll look all glitchy, but I really want there to be iron bars under here. I wish there was a way to make them not look super glitchy and have the water fill in the empty space the iron bars create. That's just not an option. So in order to spite the game, I am going to put iron bars. You know, I'm a very spiteful person. My spite knows no bounds. Like, I used to go around telling people that I'm very literal in the way I talk. That everything I say is pretty literal. But then I found out that most people don't know what literal means. And that's why they disregard what I say. Well, since nobody knows what literal means apparently, or not enough people at least, or the people I met didn't. I don't know, maybe a lot of people know it and I just met a bunch of people who didn't. Well, because that, I said, instead of saying I'm very literal in the way I talk, I now say my words rarely have connotation. Because that means the same thing. Same thing. Except it's more spiteful. It's way more spiteful. My spite knows no bounds. I truly am a wonder of nature. What is up with this lag all of a sudden? Did I place one block too many? Whoa! I'll be right back. So once I'm done working on this wall, I am going to build, I think, a nuclear chicken reactor. And I've got just the idea for that. You heard me correctly, a nuclear chicken reactor. So, my wall is maybe a little bit over a third done. And I am bored of building it. It's been the same repetitive action over and over again. I'm a little bit bored. So I'm gonna finish this episode off with doing something different. Yeah. So I'm digging up this terrible looking path block now. I'm also flattening it out because it is not flat whatsoever. So let's just take this one section right here and see if I can get a pattern down. All I have on me is coarse dirt, but I figure, hey, it's better than nothing. Let's just see how the path block looks with this. Of course I need the grass. 1 second. Alright, let's make a path. Now, I only have coarse dirt on me, so let's see how it looks with this path block. I'm gonna let these grow into grass so I can turn them into path again, but I think this might actually work, although I need a better pattern here. I think the way I have them arranged doesn't work. I would like some gravel. I'll have to go look for that. So here I think I've got my path pattern down. It's got gravel, cobble, and coarse dirt. I like the way it looks. And here I'm going to make a bridge. Maybe like a little bit of a diagonal bridge to this spot, because that part sticks out right there. I still gotta take that down, I think. So now here I need to straighten this all out because it's not very straight. Whoa, it's the lag. 1 second. Alright, I'm back. Now, I said I was going to straighten this out because it's all diagonally. I really... Nah. I was gonna say I wish these spawned better, but they're good enough. I mean, yeah, they're plenty good. I mean, it's not like people keep the original buildings from villages anyways. Besides, Minecraft's a great game. I don't have any problem with the villages. I don't even know how they could make a path more flat in a mountain. I mean, that seems kind of silly because mountains are not flat. So, I reset the game, I fixed the lag. Now what keeps happening is OneDrive keeps opening on its own even though I keep taking it out of the startup defaults over and over again. But it keeps starting up on its own even though I've never used it once in my life. Now what I've done here is I've made some little hobbit holes for the poor, feeble villagers to live in so that I can get the door count up because I'm pretty sure that's what makes the villagers reproduce. I hope. I mean, that used to be the case. I'd be pretty annoyed if that's no longer the case. So anyways, as I was saying, I am fixing this up a bit. Oops. Making this a lot more flat, straight as it should be. I don't know what to do with this part. This part is really bad. I'll fix that later. Oh, by the way, in here, I'm not sure if I showed this before, but it turns out that this stuff actually boils the water away, which I think is cool, and I'm really glad I chose to use these blocks purely by chance. You know, TV, your perception of TV really changes from when you're a kid to an adult. Like, I used to watch the absolute shit TV ever. I worded that funny. Like, when I was a kid, I recall watching certain shows, and then I got into now that I'm almost an adult, I got into watching movie reviews. Or TV show reviews and stuff like that. It turns out some of the shows that I really liked when I was a kid are some of the worst TV shows ever. Doesn't surprise me. That's why most TV is... Well, that's why so much TV is crap, because a lot of people will watch it. And do not tell me that this OneDrive is opening again. The lag. 1 second. Alright, lag's gone. But I recall as a kid watching a show called Fanboy and Chum Chum, and apparently that was one of the worst cartoons ever. Yep. No, I'm going to finish the rest of this off camera, and then I will finish up this episode. Well, that's going to be it for today, everyone. I hope you enjoyed. I certainly did. The village is really coming together. Next episode, we'll be working on a nuclear chicken reactor. And I've got something really fun planned for that. I really like how the wall is turning out. I love the way it looks from a distance. I'm going to work on that off camera some more. Maybe I'll work on the paths some more off camera. I'm going to have to dig up all of these too. But yeah, we'll take a break from the village and work on that. And that's going to be it. Bye.